Holla, what's up?
What's up, Anthony Hamilton? My celebrity life. GeHolla.
Shout out to Ge Holla, reaching 1 million listeners on his podcast, My Celebrity Life.
What's up, G Hollow? This your boy Genuine. Shout out to you.
This is the way. Tell me about working on the Mandalorian. Tell me how that works.
Oh my goodness. Okay, how much time we got? Okay, so real quick, working a Sword in the Stone, the blacksmith shop. That's my like survival job in LA, which is crazy because like I have been burned, I have been stabbed, I have been melted by acid. That survival job is trying to kill me, but 14 years going strong. So he gets jobs from prop masters and everything, and the Mandalorian, the Star Wars show, is being filmed at Manhattan Beach Studios in Southern California. It's great. It's another local show. We love having those in LA. And so Tony originally made all the hammers for the character the Armorer. So in the show, Emily Swallow, who is now a friend of the Forge, she's amazing. We love her to bits. She's amazing. She's also, she won't mind me because if you follow her on social, she is the most bubbly. She loves dancing and telling jokes and having a good time. And as soon as she puts that helmet on, she is the leader of her people, and she will do anything to keep them safe. And she takes it off and she's like, "Hey," and you're like, I love you. You're an amazing. I will follow you into battle any day. So, Tony made these hammers. They wanted them out of titanium because they thought it was cooler. And then the first thing Emily ever said to us was, "Why are my hammers so heavy?" And we went, "We tried. We tried." And so we actually got to go to set because they wanted to basically, spoilers, when the Beskar spear gets turned into chainmail for Grogu, for Baby Yoda, it's got to melt down. And that's honestly heating up a fake piece of metal doing this, pretty easy to do. Their special effects team is amazing, but actually forging and seeing metal move, you got to do it real. So Bryce Dallas Howard was like, "Hey," through the art department, like, "Hey, bring him in. Let's actually film it for real." So we got to go to the volume. It's that $500 million set. And I know that because the TD yelled at me as soon as I walked in. No disrespect. He was very nice later, but no one told him that we were going to be bringing 50-pound canisters of propane. And I literally have my special effects blacksmith box that's full of just acid and different fine metals and wood shavings that I can make the fire different colors and do different effects. And he just was like, "That's $500 million. Do you understand?" And then we had to fire test the floor, which involves taking a plumbing torch and literally just holding it into the floor and counting to 10 to see if it bursts into flames. And everyone was like holding their breath. And it was fine. It was fine because they're professionals. But like they just never had real blacksmiths. And it was really also great working with Bryce because I was just trying to make it really big and flashy. So like Tony's got these gloves, and Emily's very small. Tony is a giant Viking of a blacksmith. He's like bigger than life. And so they literally, her glove was the size of his palm. So wardrobe went, "Oh, come with us right now." And in one afternoon, they built up to here 4 replicas of her costume to go from this like 5'4", sorry, Emily, if you're taller than that, to me. Her personality is very big, but Tony is me size, but like twice of me. And they built all that, and so he's doing it, and I'm throwing all these powders and oil, and it's flaring, and it's all these things. And she yells, "Cut!" And I look at her, and she goes, and I was like, "Ooh, okay, what's up?" And she goes, I don't know the terms." And I said, "Bryce, it's LA. I'm also an actor." And she starts laughing and she goes, "Hey, me too." And I said, "Great, talk to me about the character." And she goes, "This character, the Armorer, she's all about tradition and precision, and everything has a process. It's very much like ancient, kind of the samurai swordsmiths." And I was like, okay, so we need to have it clean. It needs to have a cadence and a rhythm to it that feels deliberate, almost like there's a prayer going into every strike. And we want to make sure that as things come in, and she goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, hold on." And so we set back up and we did, and I told Tony these things, and he's like, "Oh yeah, absolutely." And so he's like doing a little different technique, because he knows techniques from all over the world and all over history and stuff. And then they all cut, and we look at her, and she goes, "Done." And, and it was great. And it was just like, it was so exciting working on that. And in the final edit, it is about, I want to say, 2.4 seconds, crossfaded with a wide shot of Emily. And when it first came out, my wife Lennon, we were watching it, and I'm like, oh, here it is. And that 2.4 seconds happens. And she pauses it and is like, and I look at her and go, I was in a Star Wars. And she goes, yes, you were. Yes, you were. I mean, I kind of saw a shadow, so that was you. And I saw some, but yes, you were. Good job, babe. You were in a Star Wars. But yeah, that play, it was so, the people that work on those shows are such big nerds. And it was really great because we were on the volume during a pickup day. So Robert Rodriguez comes in, and literally the stories of him just like playing a guitar at all times is absolutely true. He's doing like a pickup shot of Boba Fett in a back to tank, just like getting up and looking around and just what that's it. And so they weren't recording sound, so he was going like old school silent film, and he was like playing mood music, and he was like playing the theme song, and I was just like, I love this. So just because, there's these huge shows and working with the largest production companies and all this stuff like that, they still have heart. Everyone on those shows loves what they're doing. And I have so many friends that worked in like COVID safety on Obi-Wan, and they got thrown in the show, and they were like, this is great. This is everything I wanted in a career, and working with so many wonderful people who actually care about these things. So yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool.
You're definitely cool, man. The force be with you all the days of your life.
And also with you, my friend.